Okay. Okay. Alright, that's more legit. Sorry. Oh my goodness. I'm running around a lot right now. Oh my goodness. I'm not as prepared as I meant to be. I still haven't finished my lunch. Hi, Almaz. I thought you weren't coming. Got a dog growling behind me. One sec. Can we not growl at neighbors? Oh, okay. I don't know what I'm looking for. I hope you can hear me. I don't have a headphone set, so I'm gonna. Okay. Whew. Okay, so I got my buttons to press. I got my peas to eat because I haven't had lunch yet. I feel very short. I got a light today, so you can probably see things a bit better. I actually thought things out a little bit, slightly. I got like a towel. I got everything. I missed you guys too. Oh my goodness. So, I still haven't recorded my video for today either, but you know, there's stuff to do. Stuff has to get done. I'm feeling very healthy today. Last day. I'm not going to put the cold water on top of there. Ursula is at work, yes. So yesterday, for dinner, I had a bag of Doritos, so not my usual way of being. I'm usually kind of fruity. Oh my goodness. I hope I was looking for, I've been trying to fix the lag issues with the stream. So let me look at my settings and see if I can fix this a bit. Because I knew, like, let's see if changing the bit rate helps. Let's go down to 900. Let's see. I don't know if this will help at all. Oh my goodness. It's just flashing between, like, between green and red and green and red. Okay. I'm liking that more. Because I was looking at the stream from yesterday and it was very, not good. So how you are cute, man. Thank you. I noticed that you went behind my back and looked at a public video I had of myself. So today, I am going to be pressing buttons for the Kickstarter rewards. So these buttons you can't buy. Maybe in the future, I'll make them available to everybody, but first I want them in the hands of the Kickstarter pals. How is everyone today? Is everyone doing well? And if they're not doing well, how can I help? We've got less buttons than I thought. I looked up how many I have to do. I only have to press 300 of them. So that's not bad at all, is it? Mm-hmm. Don't mind me eating peas. I hope it's not gross. I got a whole bunch of peas. I usually eat the... You're swell, Chloe's room. Chloe. I'll just say Chloe, because calling you Chloe's room would be weird. That's good. Peas are pretty great. Yeah, I got a bunch of sweet peas. I got them at the farmer's market. And they are pretty dang good. They're pretty sweet. I usually eat the pods too, but the pods for these are pretty rough. So are these designs that Ursula was working on last vid? Yeah, these are the ones that she was working on. They are now all done. Not all of them. Okay, she got 3 of the designs done, so I'm gonna punch 3 of these. And then she has 2 more to get done. She was trying really hard to get one done last night, but she was like falling asleep, so I let her go free. Because I'm not a slave driver. I don't know if you can see them. Like, that's the one. I will reveal more designs as I go along. How about that? You never eat healthy food? Beans are better than peas? I don't know. Beans are alright. And usually I hate peas, but if you get fresh peas, they are pretty legit. Because, it's like the shriveled up frozen peas. Gross. 0 out of 10. Would not eat. But the fresh peas, they're pretty good. I have more problems with, well, like, frozen beans, by far one of the best frozen foods. Well, frozen vegetables. But fresh peas, man, they're heavenly. I am punching these upside down, I think. No, I only punched the one upside down. You gotta feel really special if you get an upside down. I like eating Cheetos and yogurt. Okay. Well, after this, I'm gonna eat, like, froyo and, peaches, so... Yogurt's not the worst for you. It's not the best. I mean, it's better than eating ice cream, right? I learned about fry sandwiches. Not interested. It's like, you put fries on bread, and then you slather them in ketchup. My stepdad was talking about them. I was like, oh, that sounds disgusting. My stepsister frickin' loves ketchup, apparently. What are good? Try it sometime. Ice cream is better than froyo? Ice cream makes me gassy, so froyo I stand a lot better. I really like frozen yogurt. I still like the word froyo. Froyo and hocho. I always get the really crappy, like, strange dairy product that is not quite ice cream. Because the real dairy, 100% ice cream stuff, that makes me so gassy. And Ursula is very mad when I do that. You should try frozen yogurt. I eat a lot of frozen yogurt. Okay, by a lot, I mean it's my go-to frozen treat when I'm deciding to break my diet. The thing is, like, I have a diet that I'm on. It's not like a fancy diet by any means, because for me, dieting isn't something you do intermittently. It's kind of a lifestyle. Everyone has a diet, whether that's a good one or a bad one. But yeah, because I like to stick to things that I can, like, forever stick to. So my general diet is just eat more fruits and vegetables. It's more like life hacks. My diet's life hacks. It's like, don't keep crap in the house. If you want crap, you have to go outside to get it. Stock your house full of vegetables, and then you'll eat them because you're bored. They're vegetables. You'll be fine. You'll survive. It's when I don't have any food in the house, that's when trouble starts. You're so picky. I used to be really picky when I was a teenager because I have like sensory problems with, Well, I had sensory problems with my mouth, where I was just like, texture would really, really drive me crazy. But I worked really hard to get over that. So now it's all good. Now I can eat lots of things. Like, I had to do really stupid stuff to convince me, like, food was okay to eat. Like, cherries? I used to hate cherries. But I loved peaches and plums. So I just convinced myself that cherries were tiny peaches. And then I was able to eat them. Life hack, eat food. Good for you. Now you want to eat? I'm sorry. I got food on the brain and in the mouth. I realized that I left my dog outside, and I think she's sitting in a sunbeam, so I'm gonna get her. Monica, you don't have to be there. Come on. Come inside. Come in. What are you doing? You're not banished. Sometimes Matica gets weird and she thinks that, like, I've banished her to the outside and she's never allowed in again, so I have to go get her. Birds scare you. Huh. Like, just birds in general, or like what is the context in which birds scare you? Like, if I showed you a picture of a bird, would you freak out? Or does it have to be a real life bird? Like, there's gradients. Like, fear is a gradient. Because what's scary to one person is, like, ridiculously scary to another one. I don't have many fears, except social situations. That's why I'm here instead of outside making friends. It has to be in real life. My brother has a bird that bites. Oh. That would do it. I like birds. Birds are alright. I'd be scared of getting bit, but it's more like I don't like pain rather than like a fear. Nervous about getting pained. Oh my goodness. So today, I'm going to stay until I finish these buttons, and then I'm going to leave. Because I stayed too long yesterday, and I had to leave you guys abruptly. So I'm not going to leave, I'm going to stab my elbow. I'm not going to leave abruptly, but I should actually sit down at some point and record some writing advice. So, there you go. A lorikeet. Once I showed my classmate a pic of a snake and she started crying. That's like Ursula and spiders. She's like super afraid of spiders. She can't even look at them. I don't like heights. I get a bit of vertigo. But I'm not like super afraid. I know I could get over it. It's more like if you're up high and there's no railing, you could die. I'm afraid of things that like kill me. But that's like reasonable. You have a problem if you're not afraid of things that can kill you. You gotta have a healthy amount of fear. Keeps you alive. It's when you're afraid of things that are like innocuous and that they start getting in the way of your life. That's the problem. You like traveling? I don't mind traveling. It's not my favorite thing because I don't like going out and seeing people. And going out, you're always going to run into people. Have you seen pictures of spiders with water droplet hats? I've showed her those. She's gotten kind of, I've been working on like slowly exposing her to different types of spiders. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, now it's gone. But, like, she's getting okay with jumping spiders. She still has trouble with orb weavers. I think there's some tarantulas she can look at. Yeah. She's alright with certain spiders in our house, if I give them names. Then she starts, like, humanizing them a bit, and she chills out. So many buttons. Just put a cup over a spider, then slide a piece of paper under the cup. Then you can take it outside. I wouldn't put our spiders outside because we have a bunch of cellar spiders, and they would not like to be outside. They prefer to be in a nice little cave, and if I put them outside, they just die. They might make it to someone else's house, but they're most likely just gonna die. So I just let them live in the cellar. No, did I put this on right? Oh, good. I can watch myself in the past because of the delay. So now I know that I do have everything put together nicely. So yeah. So our spinny rack came today. So I get to hang all the buttons. I had a spider on my bed named Reggie who was chill. It's good. It's good. My goodness. What am I doing? So Ursula will be on live stream on Saturday. So if you guys get bored of me, there's that to look forward to. I probably won't stream tomorrow because I'll run out of things to talk about. And I don't really think I'll have anything to do. I'll save the rest of the buttons until I have both designs finished. And hopefully the books will come on Friday. They haven't been printed yet, though. And if the books get done, then I can probably get all the signing done on the weekend. And then I can start wrapping them. And then maybe that I'll do on stream. So many books to wrap, guys. I was talking with our table mate. That's exciting. I'm very excited to have a table mate for the first time that isn't Ursula. It'll be lots of fun. What am I doing? At the very least, we're saving money on the table. I'm a little nervous that there's like too many people behind our table. But, you know, that's life, I guess. Too many people behind the table. Maybe that's not life. Maybe I'm being a bit silly. Hello. What if I turned up my volume a little bit? Did I press it? No, I didn't press it. So it's less hot today. So I got to wear pants today, which is super exciting. I like wearing pants. I much prefer wearing pants to wearing shorts. Did you know that birds are actually dinosaurs? Yep. Of course I knew that. I know everything. I don't understand how people are scared of bugs. I read a whole book on the fear and fascination of bugs. I'd really recommend it. It was very interesting. It got really into the different elements that make up fear in general, and then got into kind of the specifics of insects and where that comes from. A lot of it has to do with your family. Like, if you're a girl and your mother is afraid of insects, you are like 80%, this is a number out of my ass, it's like a big number, you're very likely to develop the fear yourself. And whether that's like biology or learning is kind of up to debate. But yeah, I want to get involved in there's different things that'll happen around everywhere, like bio blitzes, where you go out and you do counts of different animals, and the Entomology Society in my area does those. Like, I missed one the other weekend, but it was a damselfly and dragonfly census. So I'm so nervous of meeting people, so I don't know. I know I should probably do it. What's the book called? Oh god, I should know this. Ugh, I have to look at my Goodreads. I really liked the writing. It was very pretty. It's a good read. It's weird looking at my my Goodreads. I haven't really been at it in a while. I realize if you want to see what I look like, it's on my Goodreads. Oh my goodness, what have I read? It is called Infested Mind: Why We Humans Fear, Loathe, and Love Insects. And it's by Jeffrey A. Lockwood. So, it was a good book. I enjoyed it. I read a lot of non-fiction books. I also read a really interesting book on figs. See, like, anytime I talk about, like, what I'm reading, it's usually hyper-specific and really, like, boring at a glance. I just find it really interesting how you can kind of make anything fascinating if you're really into it. Just people who are really into a subject, they can tell you, they bring a passion to it. I don't know. That's basically it. Like, the fig book, it was really interesting. Just one plant can be crazy fascinating. It went into, like, the history of figs, like the religious history, because it plays a part in many different religions, and then it got into the biological history of it. It was really cool. Basically, just go to the library and look at books, guys. It's 10 out of 10. You usually find something that, like shop by covers. I always look at covers, and then I look at if I like the cover, then I look at the book up on Goodreads, and then if it has a good reviews, then I get it. Yeah. There's so many books, guys. So little time. I used to have a problem, like, as a kid, I'd go to the library and I'd take out every single book and then I'd never read any. But for a bit, I fell off the wagon, but I would just pick up one book a month, and I would read it, and that was that. It was a fun challenge. Because like in high school, I had a lot of trouble with this, is in English class, you always had to read fiction books. And I love fiction, I really do, but I just can't read fiction. I just don't get into it. Like some books I definitely do get into, but for the purpose of like forcing myself to sit down and read, I don't know. Fiction's just such a commitment for me, like an emotional investment. But I don't have that same emotional investment in picking up a nonfiction book. Because for me, when you finish a nonfiction book, the story isn't over. If you want to do it, if you want to learn more, you can. You just keep learning more. The story continues. You don't have to make fan fiction. I don't know. Reality is the fan fiction of non-fiction, isn't it? I don't know. Just gets to me. But you could never do non-fiction book reports. It was always like, oh, read this book. I'm like, okay. When I was younger, me and my friends were so obsessed with this book about dog breeds that we fought over it, and it got wrecked. It was so sad. My favorite movie? That's such a big question. I have nothing wrong with fiction. I write fiction. I just never could get into it. I just had so much trouble. Specifically books. I could get into movies. I tend to watch a lot of documentaries, though. That's just my thing. That's just who I am. I still don't know what my favorite movie was. I really liked Lord of the Rings as a kid. I watched the extended version of like all 3 movies over and over. I specifically loved the Two Towers. That movie was my jam. But my current favorite movie, I have no clue. Could not tell you. I can't even think of a movie I've watched recently. I watched the Mr. Rogers documentary. I went to the theater in my area and watched that. That was good. Not my favorite documentary, but was very feel-good. I wish I read slower. 900 words per minute is too fast and I miss a lot. It would make books more enjoyable to read slower. Yeah, I have trouble reading very slow. I don't read very fast. I have a lot of trouble reading in my head, so I tend to sit down and just read out loud to myself. It helps me really process all the words, and once I'm fully invested in whatever I'm reading, then I can read in my head. But for the first little bit, I read out loud. I have to read 1,000 Splendid Suns for school last year in 2 weeks. I had to read 50 pages a day. I just put a YouTube audiobook and read along so I didn't zone out while I worked. Yeah, that's like, that's how I read Pride and Prejudice. Was just put on an audiobook. Double speed. I once read an audiobook on triple speed. I finished what was supposed to take 8 hours in 3, and oh my god, I was thoroughly mind-fricked. What am I doing? Oh, making buttons. Thanks for the reminder, guys. Lord of the Rings is amazing. Heck yeah, it is. I always mention like 3 different things. The 3 different things I like. I like Lord of the Rings, I like Gurren Lagann, and I like Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls seems kind of random in that selection, but Gilmore Girls is like an epic romance. I'm rewatching Gilmore Girls. I always look at it when I'm talking about plotting and stuff. Even though it doesn't really follow a strong structural plot, I really like how it structures scenes. Oh, and Madoka Magica. That's one of my favorite shows. What should you draw? I don't know. Draw something that you find exceptionally difficult and use a reference. There you go. This is Teacher Bones here. I'm not telling you any fun things to draw. Alright. Choking on a pea. You should draw a building or a landscape or something. Challenge yourself. That's something I always wish I did in school. I wish I challenged myself more. In the art department. For writing, I ended up doing a lot of different challenges for myself, which really helped me in the end. So my mom, when I was a kid, she signed me up for playwriting class. Playwriting. I didn't want to write a frickin' play, but I made a lot of friends. I wrote a play. It was terrible. It got performed in front of an audience, and I learned a lot about writing. It was wonderful. I went to a memoir class, learned tons there too. Draw a hand. Yeah, there you go. Draw a monster that has long arms. Whew. Spoopy monsters. Slendermans. There's so many things to draw. I'm not one of those people who's draw studies all the time, forever. Because you're never gonna learn. You gotta stretch your creative muscle. You gotta stretch your creativity, and you gotta practice your compositional skills. There's so many skills to practice, but if you don't do studies, always good. They're nice to kind of do while you do other stuff. You become one with the paper. I used to watch a lot of television while I was doing the sketchbook slam. Buildings are so hard to draw. I just find a good tutorial and explain things. I just can't find this tutorial. Are you good at drawing boxes in perspective? If you don't have a grasp on perspective, drawing a building is really hard. But once you understand just how to put boxes in different perspectives, then you'll do awesome. Because buildings are actually pretty easy once you get the basics down. A lot of things are easy like that. They're buildings are a lot easier than something like a person. They're just a box. Oh, I did not put anything down. Oops. We messed up our first one, kids. Let's see if I can fix this. Let's see if I can fix this, guys. I don't know if that helps at all. I don't really understand perspective either, but it's a lot easier to figure out. There's a lot more tutorials on that. You have to learn how to pick out a vanishing point, but that's a lot of head work. Another good thing when you're drawing buildings is just to draw what you see. You won't really start to. You can kind of get an understanding for perspective if you just rough it out. Just look at a picture, break it down into shapes, and then add the details on top. And it's okay if it looks terrible, because at least you drew a building for the first time in forever, because it was scary. But you did it anyway. I love these live feeds. It's like working on my comics at the same time. I like to work on my comics at the same time, so it's a productivity party. Oh, thank you. I love doing them. I like talking to people. Yeah. You know, it's just if you avoid the scary thing, you're always going to be bad at it. Because before you can be good at things, you have to be bad at them. Even in the mistakes video Ursula put out, I'd implore you to make all of those mistakes. Because making a mistake for yourself, you can look up all those, mistakes young artists makes a million times over, but you're going to make your own mistakes. And you're going to understand things a lot more when you make mistakes on your own. I mean, there's some that you really don't want to make, like using the wrong DPI, like not using print-ready files. Like that's a mistake that maybe you don't have to like learn from. I don't know. That was like one of my biggest struggles in high school, was like trying really hard to be perfect. I had like, I mean, I guess I still struggle with it sometimes, but trying so hard to be perfect that I would never even do anything. Like I was too afraid to I was too afraid that I was gonna fail on a test. You know, I was too afraid that I was gonna put the wrong answer down. Like if I couldn't put out anything perfect, like I would disappoint people. So I would just not do my homework. Like I do tests fine, but I wouldn't do my homework because I was just like, ugh. I'll never be able to do this good enough, so why even try? Which is a silly way to think. And then I kind of just started half-assing things. And apparently half-assing things is better than never doing things. So there you go. I mean, it's not life or death, you know? Maybe don't half-ass life or death. I don't know what I'm saying. What's everyone talking about? I'm absolutely awful at drawing legs. Hello, Boy Prince. Oh yeah, thanks for answering my question in the new video. Also, wasn't expecting my name to be read. I choked on my cereal. Ursula's really good at saying names. I'm too afraid to say them wrong. But I guess that's a mistake I could make. But at what cost? Absolutely awful at drawing legs. Then you better draw a bunch of legs. Your best bet for that is just to look at a bunch of legs and draw them. Just draw what you see. That is like step one. If you're ever confused about what to do, just find something to look at and draw that thing. Bad at compositions, draw a bunch of compositions you like. Like just copy some things. Like tracing is a wonderful way to learn, and looking at things and copying, also a lovely way to learn. You get a better sense for things when you copy and trace than you would if you just glance and casually reference. I finished my peas. I can start on the cherries. Cherries. Oh no. I dropped the pit on the floor. I got a towel so that I don't cause trouble with cherries. You need help with writing? What do you need help with? That's a very big ask. You never did your homework either, yeah. The thing with homework is you really don't have to try that hard with it. Like, when I was in school, I did terrible at homework. Like, I would sit for hours at it. And then I just sort of, like, when I was back in school, I was just like, I'm gonna dedicate 1 hour to this. And that's kind of it. Like, for high school courses, like, dedicate an hour to each subject. You'll be good. And just, it's like with commissions, right? It's just, don't do more than is worth your time. But make sure to actually do like a dedicated hour where you just don't do anything else. And if you're terrible at doing homework, just putting in even that amount of work is enough. If you're someone too shy to like submit your homework, like that's more of a problem than someone who's bad at it and just submits it all the time. I don't know how it is in other schools, but in Canada, it's like high school, what I've learned about it is you get points for showing up. As long as you show up and do the work, you'll pass. And if you don't pass, then your school system is silly. You get an A for effort. That's why people struggle, I think, in university, because you have to do more than just pass. Well, just show up. But hey, but you're here now, and you can cheer up. Oh, what's happening here? I missed what you guys are saying. I had the worst day today. I cracked an egg with the kettle, then I cracked another egg, then I spilled my tea, and I choked my tea. The only humor was like, oh. I hope it all cheers up for you. Look at how many buttons I've made. Wow. Wowie zowie. Okay, so whenever I try to start writing a story, I never finish. I don't know why. Well, that is not something I can help you with. That is something called willpower. You know? If you just keep writing the beginnings of stories over and over again, you're never going to get good at writing endings of stories. So just write the ending. It doesn't matter if it's bad. It doesn't matter if it's good. Just write it. If it's something you've never done, if you never finish it, like, your goal should just be finishing. Don't worry about it being good. Don't worry about all the writing advice I'm giving you on my show. Just finish it. Get her done. Then, once you've finished a bunch of things, then you can start worrying about whether it's good or not. But first things first, finish something. Put all other things aside. That should just be your goal. I hope that helps. I know the fear, but you gotta do it. I swear you're the only YouTuber that streams at a decent hour. Oh no. It's probably because it's like the middle of the day in like most of the North America. In North America. So most people are at work and school right now. But this is my work. So there you go. Also, a lot of people stream in the middle of the night. I don't know what that thing is. No, I get lost. And sometimes I have a character, and then I don't know how to get them in a story. I just got lost. Have you ever finished any story? Like that's my first question. Like, or is this kind of a recent thing where you've recently had trouble finishing stories? Because if you've never finished a story, my advice still stands. It's like, don't worry about getting lost. Just, it's okay if you're just writing your first story. Like, I had my first story, and I got to the middle of it, and I didn't know what to do. So I just wrote a sentence like, they get out of the woods somehow. And then I just continue on. And I still do that kind of stuff today, where it's just like, I don't know where to go. I'm just gonna write, I'll write a bullet point on kind of what I want to have had happen. And then I just keep going, because sometimes it's better to have a momentum than worry about things being correct. Because it's easier to correct something if that something exists. And if you don't have anything written, then you can't correct it, you know? You know? You've never finished one. I finished their... also, sometimes I have a character. I finished their backstory. Never finished one. Yeah, so just get to the end, you know? Even if it's going to be hard. Like, if you've never finished anything, of course it's going to be hard. But just make that your goal. Don't worry about anything else. Just worry about finishing a story. Because, like, that's an amazing feeling. Just challenge yourself to get that done. Like, set yourself a deadline. Like, for me, my first story I finished was during NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month. And that is where you write 50,000 words in a month. And you try and finish a story. And, like, since doing that, I got over my hurdle of never finishing anything. Yeah. So after you get over that, it's a lot less scary. There's a lot of pressure to finish your first story. Write short stories to practice finishing stories. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's helpful. Just they get through this and move on. I've never started my own comic. After finding and reading through your guys' comics and all your videos have been so helpful. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. I am glad we help people. What am I doing? I am not paying attention. I'm messing things up. Yeah. It's like summarizing. I always get stuck at things. Because sometimes you just get so stuck that you're hurting yourself by not just writing through it. I don't do it so much anymore because now I find that it hinders my writing process, but during the beginning it was super important to just get it out. And once you're a champion of just getting out stories, then you can worry about the quality of those stories. But that's like writing an art. It's like there's so many things you have to get good at before everything comes together to make something nice. Like illustration, like you have to be, oh no. Oh wait, no, it's okay. It was just a scuff on top of it. I fixed it. Like illustration, you have to be good at like perspective and anatomy and all your freaking fundamentals, and you just want to draw something and have it turn out nice and pretty, but there's so much to it. It's not like you just hop on the horse and it's amazing. It's like you have to balance being able to write scenes and write good endings and write good characters, and you're just like, ugh. I thought I could just get good at writing. Regina, same here. Yeah, I'm working on a mini gag comic on the side, and just to practice and get all the awkward comicking out of the way. Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't think about doing that, a gag strip. But I guess that doing a gag strip might not like prepare you for like if you're doing graphic novels. But it would help you with what is it? Comicking in general. Life hack, don't just hop on the horse. Yeah, you gotta ask the horse. You say, horse, can I hop on you? I don't actually know much about horseback riding. I want to go. I write characters going horseback riding, so I should learn a bit about it. I did like horseback riding lessons when I was a kid, but like so did everyone. I'm gonna say that, and then everyone's gonna be like, I did not do horseback riding as a kid. And I'm like, oh, oops, oopsies. I went with my cousins. It was alright. The horse's name was Bubbles, and he was a farty horse. He was like 15, so he was old. Old boy. Just do small comics based on some cool moments out of roleplays? I don't know. Well, that's a good idea, too. Well, think of the simple restrictions may force me to be creative. Yeah. Yeah, restrictions are really good for creativity, amazingly. You always think it's the opposite, but instead of being restricted by the, when you don't have restrictions, you are restricted by your biases, basically. You're restricted by your defaults. Consent, yeah. I do doodle. I do doodle comics from whatever idea I have at the moment. I don't care much about the picture and get my creativity flowing. That's a good idea too. My first digital art was awkward square house with a triangle roof and a flower pot with super weird flowers in MS Paint. I still have it. I used to do a lot of just random drawings as a kid in AppleWorks. Is it AppleWorks? It was like the MS Paint for Macintosh, because we had old Macintosh computers growing up. It was fun. I would print them out in grayscale. I don't know why we had so many computers as a kid, but we did. Me and my brother. They were all Macintosh, though. I don't think we had Windows until I was in, like, high school. Then Apple was too expensive. I had, like, a little tiny Performa growing up. It was, like, it was, like, this small, the screen. And, well, I guess the screen was this small and the monitor was this big. And it had, like, the pre-Siri, like it had this Apple like controlled by your voice thing, but it would never know what you were saying. And you could select different like characters as your as basically the Siri of your computer, and you'd shout at it. You'd be like, "Computer, shut down," and it would not listen, and then you just get off your ass and shut it down. But I was so delighted by the possibility of talking to a robot as a child, so I kept it on. Even though it didn't work at all. Also, cherries, yum. I still have some of my old anime art that I did in MS Paint with my mouse. Oh my god. When I first started doing, like, digital art, like, seriously, like, in high school, or, like, well, I guess, yeah, it was high school. I had GIMP. I used GIMP. It was terrible. I would shade with black. Oof. Any tips about planning a comic? Maybe. Let me see what else. What other questions we got? This question is kind of complicated, but when do you think love is developed too slow? Like between two characters, or when it's too fast? I want to do digital art so bad, but I don't have a tablet and MS Paint. What's my option? My own tip is probably really common, is to know your story's backbone exposition. Yeah, that's good for planning. Maybe make their interactions part of the overall plots. I mean, it is, but like, when is it going too slow? My answer, my cop-out answer on that is, if people read it and they feel it's going too slow, then it's going too slow. It's hard to say specifically for your case, like, if your romance is going too slow. Because romances can kind of be, like, different speeds. Like, I'm watching Gilmore Girls, and frickin' Luke and Lorelai, they take forever to get together, those two. But that comes from less them building a relationship, and more stuff keeps getting in the way. And if it's one of those cases where stuff keeps getting in the way, that can be really fun to drag out forever. Maybe not forever. I don't know. I'd have to really think about that. I probably need more specifics on what you're asking entirely here. It was so hard. Long live the Lord and serve digital tablets. Yes. Oh my gosh. I still use my mouse, but I only do vector art. So it's a lot easier. It's hard to do vector art on tablet. I keep using trackpads, which are, oh dang, sorry, that was loud, which are trackpads are troublesome. But for painting, digital art, tablets, man. Makes sense. Okay, I hope that helped. I think you should read over what you've got and see if it's progressing or not. Yeah, that can help. Sometimes waiting to read to the end, because like give yourself time away from things before you make any big changes. Oh my goodness, these are like legit cherries. Like they're like together, cherry style. Like they're very cartoon cherries. I saw my phone buzz. Sorry. I have to pay my phone bill. What? What? I thought I could get my phone for free this month. Heck. Like, let me get more specific. My character has only known the other character for a day, and it already kind of likes them. Like, is this too fast? Okay. People will get, like, persnickety about stuff like insta-love, but, like, if they just have, like, if they're just attracted to each other after, like, the first day, that's not too bad. But if they're, like, marrying each other at the first day, that might be a trouble. But if they see each other and they're like, ooh, woo, you're cute, that's fine. I wouldn't worry about that too much. Just as long as they're not like, I love you, I can never be away from you, after just being together. Like, that's insta-love, so. Otherwise, it's fine. Sounds fine. Do you have any advice for studying? Depends on how often they interacted. Do you have any tips on studying? Studying. Yes, I do have lots of study tips. I have to remember them, though. So if you're studying to learn something, like if you're studying for a test, if you have to memorize a lot of information, it's really good to use like flashcards. Like those always help me because it helps you very quickly fire off information. Like if you're trying to learn terms, just write the term and then on the back have what that term means, and then you can go through it both ways. You can look at you can pair them up in your mind. Another thing is to always try and figure out why something is the way it is rather than just repeating information. So you can just be like, so like say I'm like talking about like how to use like a button maker. Like if you could repeat all the processes, that'd be one thing, but knowing how to do it is another, I guess. What is this? I guess the best way to kind of test that skill, if you know a concept, is if you can teach someone else that concept. Like, whenever I was studying something having to do with, like, a scientific concept, I would always sit down and teach it to Ursula. Or if I had to understand a math formula, I would show Ursula how to do it, so that because if you're able to teach it to someone else, you definitely understand it. I just finished all the Amanda buttons, so get out of here, Amanda. I'll start working on Trixie. Hyperfocus in class. You don't have to learn anything at home. Even if you get home and your brain is dead, it makes learning processes way faster. I drew a thing. It's a beautiful mess. I don't know if you guys can link things in the chat, because I get spammers. Another good way to study is to use mnemonic devices. So, and those are like things like to memorize all the colors. It's like Roy G. Biv. The rainbow is Roy G. Biv. But you like make up your own because you'll remember them better. Because your brain isn't a computer. You can't just input information like you would a computer. Your brain's silly and remembers things in silly ways. Like, for me, to remember the orders of the taxonomy order, it's kings play chess on Fridays, good sir. So kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Kings play chess on Fridays. Good sir. Like, making those ones, those always help me. Okay, but how? Do you have a DA or Tumblr? A Tumblr, but there's nothing on there. Probably put this on there, though. You need to memorize a lot of info that you will never need in the future. Rewrite it 10 times on a paper and say it to yourself 10 times and repeat it until you get it perfect. That's an okay way to do it, but it'll make your, like, repetition is good, but there's like faster ways to memorize things. And it's good to learn like memorization tricks rather than like trying to repeat things over and over again. Like, one thing I always do is I never study after like 10 o'clock. Like, well, not after 10 o'clock, but like I get to bed at a good time. Like, eating food, taking care of yourself, that's a really good way to get studying done. Because you'll remember things more if you're healthy. If you eat your omega-3s. And you'll also remember things if you do a study session before bed. You also sleep better, especially if it's just reading. And another good way to do it is, instead of reading the information over and over again, read the information once and then hide the article that you're trying to memorize and repeat it to yourself without looking at it. Like, explain what you read to yourself. Like, that'll help you with comprehension way more than reading it 10 times over would. And you'll do it, it'll happen a lot faster. Because half of studying is just tricking yourself. It's working with your silly computer, non-computer bio brain. Your biocomputer. Hey, send it to me too. Cool beans. I'm Iverson. I heard you have 2 notebooks, one for school and the other one is home. Flashcards are really good for memorization. Another thing, so like teachers will often get you to write down exactly what they wrote, like on the board, and that's really frustrating because you'll become more active in class and you'll memorize a lot more if, instead of copying exactly what the teacher writes on the board, write what the teacher says, but in your own words. Like, this is a really helpful study tip and just a good life tip, because it'll really prepare you for university a lot better, is if you, like, if your teacher writes down, like, what is it? I'm trying to think of something. that I know. But my mind is drawing a blank. I know a lot of things. I don't know. If your teacher writes down a concept, basically you want to like rewrite it in your own words because it'll put it in your mind a lot better. Because then you don't really need flashcards as much for it. If it's something, if it's a concept like that. I was reading an interesting article that was talking about. It talked about how people tend to read articles and then feel very smart, and that's kind of an issue where you read an article and then you feel super smart and you feel like you understand a thing, and this feeling of understanding is kind of dangerous because you'll go on to repeat things while not really understanding because you haven't fully grasped the information. You've kind of just grasped the idea of it. So, and then it went into some of the study kind of tips. And, yeah. I went into a greater point about, like, needing to recognize that it's okay not to know things. And that doesn't make you a bad person to admit that, like, hey, I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm not going to talk about it. I don't know. Anyways, want to talk about comics? What's going on? This might take a while. Fairly bad at watercolor, but I'm glad you're interested. Never really had to study. With most things, you can tell me once. I write the notes. While you do, just know that after that I messed up in school, since I found homework redundant. Yeah, but I think with me, that I understand a lot of things really fast, but I can't explain it in an academic manner, so I need to memorize it word by word. What grade is that from? Yeah. Yeah, it's one part learning the academic terms, and then it's another part knowing what you're talking about. Because once you understand how to talk academically, then you can write as stupid as you want in my notes. Because my notes will be like, meiosis is for babies, mitosis is the other guy. And that's enough for me. Like, if I had my notes, I'd show you how ugly they are. Because I write in really shorthand. And I test really well. I test really well. Like, I typically on, like, a test, I get, like, assuming it's, based on memorization, like, I'll get a 90 to a 100. For things like math, I have to do a lot of actual practice. Don't skimp on your math homework. Because even if you understand it, math homework is a wonderful thing. Because it will show you every single mistake you're going to make. Because the thing with math is you make a bunch of stupid little errors, and if you can get your teacher to show you which of these errors, or you can figure out yourself which of these little tiny errors you're doing, it'll help you so much on the test, and you won't make the same mistake twice. But I'm crazy, so I actually did my math homework. But the thing is, math homework takes so much time and so much brain space, and you don't want to do it, right? What's the point? Especially when you're doing math, and it's like this super obtuse, like, time to figure out the circumference of a... Well, I guess circumference of a circle is helpful. But, like, time to figure out derivatives. And you're like, when will I ever use this? So, yeah. I wish math was much more geared towards working math, but, you know, What's going on? Did you send it? Not yet, sorry. Math homework is obligatory. So you're kind of the person whose classmates feared to ask for notes. Computer science homework is obligatory. The rest is just meh. Just do the homework that's going to get marked. Do your math homework and then do all the other homework that's going to get marked. Because there's no use throwing away marks. When the teacher sends you home with homework, recognize that homework is a blessing. Homework, you get to cheat on homework. Okay? Okay, well, okay. You don't, like, actually get to cheat, because if you cheat, you're cheating yourself. But when I was in adult finishing school, I was in my adult learning center thing, I would have, our math course was based on tests, and it was based on take-home assignments. So whenever I got a take-home assignment, I would make 100% sure that I would get everything correct. You know? Because a lot of the questions came from the textbook, so they had answers in the back. So if I didn't get the answer in the back, I was throwing away money. I was throwing away marks for no reason. So, yeah. And if the question didn't come from the textbook, the answer exists online. So I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to take the one online, and I'm going to make sure to get 100 on the assignment. Or at the very least get a 90, because there's no point in throwing away your marks. And if you're someone who doesn't like to do homework, just get 50s. Just get a passing grade. A pass is better than getting a nothing. Guys, I say this as someone who had to retake everything. You know, just hand in some assignments. If they're worth marks, getting them in on the deadline is way more important than getting them in perfect, or even getting them in decent. If you at least get a 50, you're gonna, you know, 50 is better than 0. I used to get this repeated to myself ad nauseum. Like, my teachers would always be like, Bones, just hand in your assignments. A 0 is the worst. And, like, it just didn't sink in. So, you know, this is why I'm preaching it, but I know a lot of you aren't going to listen, because you're a teenager. There's way more crazy shit going on in your life. You're a freaking teenager. You're learning how to socialize. That's hard. Who cares about math? I guess that would be my my actual advice is, like, even if you do suck, even if you get 0 marks in everything, it's okay. You can retake it. It's just high school. But if you want help in the meantime, there you go. That's my advice. Whatever color digital art, it looks really matte and dull with no shine or dull lights. Do you have any tips for keeping coloring simple? The thing with math is that you don't do it 100 times at home. Even if you know how to do it, you never be fast enough to do well on a test. Actually, schoolwork and required tests in my state don't match up, so I can miss half the school year and still do better than most of your class. So just do logic puzzles, basically. In my country, we don't get marked on our homework, but if the teacher catches you without it, you can say bye-bye to your good grade. Change the hue and shade. Like, if you color with pink, I cannot tell you about color theory. Sorry, I didn't respond to that, but, like, that's a question better for Ursula. I can use CMYK all right, but I don't really understand color theory on, like, a fundamental level. Yeah, in Canada, or at least in Ontario, a lot of it boils down to just participation. Like, you get marked on homework, and it's basically just, are you participating in class? I do really well with essays, but that's because I wrote so much outside of school, so I could conjugate verbs. I also just got Ursula to like edit my essays because I am terrible at copy editing. I don't have a attention to detail in that regard. Just overlay it. Overlay makes almost everything look better. I know with Ursula, she used to use overlay, but like she never uses it on her finished pieces. So what she'll do is she'll make a palette and then use overlays on it until she kind of has the palette that she likes, and then she works with that. And then she makes note of like what colors look good together. And that helps her more in the long run in learning color theory. What's your favorite fruit? Tell me your favorite fruits, guys. You're a writer, right? Let's ask you writerish things. What's your opinion on subverting tropes and lampshade hanging? Those are both things you can do. I don't get why they're so, they're such like a sticking point for some people. Lampshading is perfectly fine. Like, I think it's silly when people think that instead of lampshading, you have to come up with a solution. You don't always. Sometimes things are just intrinsically broken, and that's fine. Like, you're creating your own reality. You're gonna mess up some things. Lampshading is also good. Lampshading is just good. It's just a good tool, right? Like some nitpickers will continue to nitpick after you've lampshaded, but if you lampshaded, you can like get rid of some of the nitpickers. But people are always going to nitpick and whatever. Whatever. Unless you're writing specifically to that audience, then you might have to worry about it. But I say. What was the other one? Lampshading and subverting tropes. Lampshading doesn't have to be comedy, guys. Oh my god, these are... I don't like mangoes. You can eat all the mangoes. Like, don't be mad that I don't like them. It just means more for you. I always find them kind of chalky. Maybe we just have bad mangoes. Watermelons are alright. Granny Smith apples. I like cooking with those. Raspberries. No, wait. Tomatoes. Okay. Honeycrisp apples. So many good fruits, guys. I'm just eating cherries here. Good. I'm glad you have your mangoes. I should drink water before my throat dies. I feel like someone asked something and I forgot. Oh, right, subverting tropes. And I don't mind subverting tropes. I don't think it's like... I feel like, I have no problem with subverting tropes. I feel like everyone is really into it right now. It's, like, in vogue. And a lot of things that people call subversive aren't exactly subversive. They're just working within the same framework, but doing something, they're not subverting the framework, they're working within the framework, and it's fine. But also some things might not technically be subversive, but... But lampshading can be a not comedic thing. Well, I guess, wait. Maybe hanging a lantern? No, I'm sorry, I'm getting lampshading with hanging a lantern. Maybe. I don't know, sorry. I'm getting my things mixed up. Or maybe I'm not. I can't look it up right now. Hello. I'm gonna ban you. I know a lot of people who are allergic to mangoes. Huh. I'm not allergic to anything. Sorry, just eating a cherry. I ate so many mangoes one day, they got a rash from it. I thought I became allergic. As far as I know, lampshade hanging is what you said, recognizing the presence of a trope or something story technical. Yeah. It's really useful. As far as oh, sorry, I'm rereading things. Okay, what am I doing? Time to make some more buttons here. Okay, I have a button in here. I have a thing there. What are your favorite vegetables? Heard a lot of it are fruits. I want vegetables now. I could go into all sorts of like really legit vegetables, but like potatoes are kind of my thing. I literally couldn't live without potatoes, so I have to say potato. Even though like they're the worst vegetable for you, right next to like corn. But if we're ignoring the really starchy vegetables, and we're thinking more green. I like cucumber, but that's also kind of a fruit, isn't it? Can't think. I guess I like peas right now. They're good. But I guess they're kind of fruits too. They're like the seeds. They're legumes. I don't know. Vegetable is such a... Like, fruit is a very technical, like, term, but vegetable is more of a culinary term. So, vegetable is whatever you want it to be. As long as it's not sweet. Oh my goodness. Throat. Like how broccoli is a flower. Still tomatoes. Hey, do you have any tips for when you get stuck outlining? Ooh. Depends on what you're stuck on. Because, like, sometimes I just get stuck on the fact that I don't want to write. Like, that's usually me with outlining. For me, it just involves, like, turning all distractions off and thinking things out. But if it's more like a systematic problem, like a technical problem with continuing, I don't know. I'd need more, like, details on that. I can see that you are very obsessed with tomatoes. I'm glad for the potato love. Potatoes are good. They're very humble, doing their job. Hope you don't mind me being slow, because, like, the slower I go, the more time we have together. Because this stack is getting small. This stack is getting big. And I don't have anything else to do. So there you go. Well, I have stuff to do. Like, ugh, so many things to do. Tomorrow I probably will have to go out to Service Ontario to do government stuff. Ugh. Gross. Your mom wants to share your comic with her friends. I think you should just be really happy that your mom likes your comic. Because there's lots of people. So when you're feeling embarrassed, just feel really grateful that your mom is invested in your artwork and isn't trying to quash it. Well, she is too. Then heck. But at least she's, like, showing gestures that she cares about what you're doing. Because that's pretty awesome. My mom loves what I do, but she was not supportive when I was in high school, because she wanted me to have a good life, and she was like, you're never going to have a good life if you do what your father did. Make comics. Come on, get a real job. Boop, boop, boop. Now she's a lot more cool. She's nice. She's always supporting my Kickstarters. So, 10 out of 10 mom right there. So many people want to eat my kind. Potatoes are my favorite food. Watch out. Idaho is literally only known for potatoes. I can tell anyone that I'm a potato farmer and they believe me. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. See, for me, potatoes make me think PEI. That's potato. That's like the red potatoes, right? Prince Edward Island. Bud the Spud from the bright red mud. Rolling down the highway, smiling. Because he's got another big load of the best darn potatoes that's ever been growed. And they're from Prince Edward Island. And they're from Prince Edward Island. That was my little song break for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Never again. Probably again, actually. I mutter songs to myself all the time. When I told my parents about my LGBT comic idea, they were surprisingly supportive. Well, that's good. Bless moms. Bless the moms. If you had an old one-dimensional OC which had one personality trait based on some concept, you wanted to bring them back somehow, how would you rewrite them? I would basically say goodbye to your original OC. You just kind of have to cannibalize them. You gotta take all the good bits out and then stuff them with other stuff. It's like character taxidermy. Because some of my refurbished OCs are completely different than what they used to be. But it's for the better. Because as you grow as a writer, you kind of outgrow some of your characters. We had strawberries, but Ursula killed them all. She, like, destroys them. She freaking loves strawberries. When she was so she was born in June, which is, like, strawberry time. So when she was a kid, someone asked when her birthday was, and she said strawberries. Cute Ursula. Too cute for me. Gonna have to call the cuteness police. Wee woo wee woo. Oof. And grab a brace. Hey bud. You look like you're having a good time. Killing my wrist. Okay. I've been doing too much work. But soon the convention will be here. I don't have time. I don't have time to have an okay wrist. I should just do the other hand, shouldn't I? Okay, my other hand is too weak. Let's just eat cherries. Good question. I recently restarted revamping how I thought some of my old characters that I felt represented different aspects of myself, and it's been refreshing. Whereas before, they were all kind of had dysfunctional relationships. I started wondering what it'd be like if they got along fantastically. I refurbished an old OC recently. Basically, I'm like, okay, gonna take your cutie lazy and bi traits and turn them into an athletic gay. Just full gay. Also said, instead of simply having dark versus light characters, each character should now has a positive and negative aspects and expressions. That's good. I'm sitting on my towel. Oh no. How will I get the cherry juice off my hands? Ugh. I think I'm gonna cut up peaches later. Oh my goodness. Too many buttons. Too many buttons. What do I do with all of these buttons? Your characters were too edgy to function. I had one edgy character, but most of mine were kind of just dorky. I had like an assassin princess. I feel like I should have had more edgy characters as a kid, but I did not. I was pretty edgy. I was like all goth. I was too goth for life. Merry Christmas. Way less humid. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness. shakes the entire table. Take a file and make them a bit rounder. Too itchy. Oh, I getcha. Characters grow as you write them, like when you draw them. I have two characters who I put in equally messed up, but different stories all the time. You hate me. I mean, you hate you. Why would you hate you? You're amazing. Never forget. Never forget that one time some random YouTube guy said that you are amazing. Put that on your tombstone when you die, if you have a tombstone. If not, put it on your urn. Put some guy thought I was amazing. And you'll be proud even in death. Arrgh. Angry presses. I think, sorry. I'm starting to get so hungry. It's in the middle of it. I think I grabbed 2. Let's hope not. Because otherwise this is going to be one hell of a button to press. Feels so productive. Oh no. Oof. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if this breaks the machine. It was a normal button the whole time. Bones thought I'm amazing. You've got to learn to be your own friend. It's a hard thing to do, you know. My favorite OC never changed. Maybe his bangs shifted, but he's still the same Gromp I designed 5 years ago. That's like me and Zoltar. Zoltar didn't change. I feel like I had a one-dimensional, edgy idea of a character in elementary school, and otherwise I never did anything too edgy. Well, on the very basic level, no one deserves to feel bad about themselves. Oh, that's good. Unless you're a bad person, you should feel bad, because you're a naughty, naughty, naughty boy. No kink. Only wholesome naughtiness. Like you stole cookies from the cookie jar kind of naughty. Get your mind out of the gutter. What the heck? I used to be so frickin' sailor-mouthed, you know? But I just find it really fun to not be sailor-mouthed. So there you go. I used to like swear every other sentence. I don't know why I stopped. I mean, I stopped before YouTube, so that's good. It's just a stick man. It was supposed to beat up pop culture characters. That was all. I only drew them beating up Mario. My characters always have tragic backstories. They were missing an eye or something. They were all killers. Oh, that's a big mood. Yeah, all of mine definitely have tragic backstories, but they weren't really, like, angry about it. They were just kind of sad. Vaguely sad. Moody princesses. Thing was, oh my god, my fingers are turning blue. I don't know why. I guess they're turning purple from the juice. That would make sense. See, by the time I was writing, like, edgy stuff, I was a better writer, so it just came off as, like, moody, but it wasn't one-dimensional, so it wasn't super edgy. In middle school, I was too into Lord of the Rings to make anything edgy, so that's good. Lucky for me. Because Magpie's pretty edgy, but I'm a good writer, so it doesn't come out as bad. Because edgy always comes with like a slight amount of cringe. It's too edgy. Just a little bit of edge is okay. My characters are all really weird. People love their depressed gays. Oh my god, same. Oh, big mood. I want to start a YouTube channel, but my parents hate the internet and everything. And they will definitely say no, but I want to start one really bad. What should I do? It depends on how old you are, because if you are not old enough to be doing YouTube, you gotta wait. You gotta wait it out. YouTube's kind of intense, honestly, sometimes. And it might be better to start with something else. But I can't stop you. I'm not your parents. I guess your parents can't even stop you if you're determined enough. Oh my god, I remember I had a really old story where all my main characters, except for one, had dead parents, and one of them had an evil twin. Oh my god, that's edgy. You're 16? Okay, well I wouldn't worry about it too much then. You can do YouTube if you want. Just don't do it if it's gonna, like, get you in too much trouble. If it's only a little bit of trouble. I don't know. You can always just practice with speed draws and stuff, because that's not a big deal. It'll teach you a bit about making videos without having to, like, put yourself out on the internet too much, which is kind of the scary part. When I was 16, I was like, I don't think I was doing anything serious on YouTube, but I was messing around. But I have very liberal parents who did not care. I'm in my late 20s here. That's all I'll say. I'm not even mid-20s yet, so there you go. He said they need to know about it. You've had your channel for a few years and you're 16? Yeah. You can start with Instagram. They think everything about the internet. They are, like, everything is bad because of the internet. And they never listen. That sounds like parents, but... yeah. Do what you want. You're 16. 2 more years and you can like legally do whatever you want, assuming that's the same way where you are. I recently started with Speed Paint 2 on another channel just for fun, show my process and stuff. Yeah, supportive parents are great. Yeah, I guess it's hard to do an Instagram without a phone, but doing Tumblr is fun. When I was 16, I had a Tumblr, and I could share art on that. If you're just doing speed paints, then I don't really see a problem with YouTube. It's not much different than just talking live streams and stuff. Oh, DeviantArt. I used to do DeviantArt. That was like my 13-year-old stuff. I got like an indent from the thing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So many goodnesses. Oh my. Let's have some water. Water break. Okay. So many birds peeping behind me. Just going beep beep. I have to clean their bird feeder. But they're up so high, I can't take them down. I have to clean them. Heck. I wonder if my books have been printed yet. Probably not, but I really hope so. I'm just so excited. I've been ordering a bunch of like convention prep stuff. So like every day is Christmas. Today I got my my spinny rack, which I'm gonna hold all my button designs on. So that's exciting. Very exciting. I think I should start then when I have some subs. I could show them and be like, see, it's fine. Nobody will kill me. Honestly, it's a great place to start. I don't recommend staying. Yeah. My internet was lagging for a minute or 5. Didn't miss anything important. Not really. Kind of feels like DA kind of overloaded with too much stuff. Yeah, DA isn't... I don't know. I think what you need to recognize with different platforms is that you're not competing with every single person on the platform. You're just competing with, like, your specific niche. And if you're just starting out, like, you're gonna learn tons just by starting out, you know? Starting is a good place to start. Then you can kind of feel things out. You never know what'll be popular, unfortunately. Oh my goodness. So much stuff to do. I have a better experience with Tumblr and Twitter. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting my wig and makeup brushes for a cosplay I'm doing. Oh man, what cosplay are you doing? I tried cosplaying a few times. Doing alright. Not my favorite thing to do. I'm just not... I just get too lazy with cosplay. I do it like the night before. Also, like, once I started showing at conventions, I didn't really have time to do cosplay stuff anymore. Because it's like, oh, better work on things I can sell. Too much money. Dave Strider? Oh man. That's a good cosplay. Never gone to a convention? Well, I hope you can go to one in the future. Because they're pretty fun. For me, they're such work at this point, right? I haven't really just like relaxed at a comic convention in forever. It'd be interesting to go back. But for me, they've just become like such work. So enjoy them before you ever plan on like attending them as a realtor, yes, selling houses, as a retailer. Two very different experiences. That's all I can say. Whenever I ask someone what their cosplay is, I'm usually like, oh no, I'm not going to know who it is. So I'm glad I knew who Dave Strider is. I didn't realize people still cosplayed Homestuck. I'm okay with this, but oh my god. I remember the heyday of Homestuck. I did Homestuck cosplays too. My friend was like John Egbert all the time. And his boyfriend was Dave Strider. And John and Dave made out way too much. And I was third wheel. It was great. Oh my goodness. Damn fellow Homestuck trash here. The place I'm going has a beach right across, but it's happening in November. Oh no! There's like a convention that happens at a resort in my area, and I really want to go. But I can't swim. I have to get doctor stuff done before I can swim. Gross. So that's not going to be for like another year or two. So. But I could sit beside the pool. That's what I did this year, all summer long. It's just been like looking at the pool. Like, hey, hello pool. I would like to be in you, but I can't. Okay, got all the Trixies done. Oh my goodness, we're making good time here. We're making all right time, actually. I gotta order some little baggies to keep all of these in. My cousin is being Dirk Strider, if she's able to come.
It's 3 o'clock.
I never could get into Homestuck, but I like the art of it. Yeah. I read Homestuck all in like the course of 7 days. Because it was like ending in a week. And I was like, oh damn, I do not want to be behind on this. So I caught up I reread it from start to finish. I fried my brain doing it. I'm trying to convince your boyfriend to do a couples cosplay for Halloween. Very good. Me and Ursula have done a few of those. God, my fingers are turning blue. Why? Okay, drink some water, Bones. You're late to the fandom. That's okay. Oh yes, hating on popular things because part of the fandom is annoying, obnoxious, or cringy. Yeah, I read it in 7 days. I just did nothing but sit and read it. So, that's how I did that. Whew. Okay, we're on to Finches. We're on to our last pile of buttons. It's probably going to take us another hour, because it's already taken us 2, so it'll probably be 1 more hour to finish these ones. And then I have 2 more designs to do, but Ursula has to finish designing those first. Oh my goodness. Oh, I should check my status on my order. Let's do that, guys. Let's take a break to check and see if my books are coming in. Okay. I'm gonna log in first to check my order status. The order is still being fulfilled. I have a feeling it's not going to come until Monday. That's my guess. Because they're not going to be working on it on the weekend. And they're either going to finish fulfilling it today, or they're going to finish fulfilling it tomorrow. Filling being printing. And then deliveries don't happen on weekends. So, yeah, probably Monday. Which I guess means I'll have stuff to do on live stream again. I guess. I suppose. I'm bummed. I really want to see my books. I'm being very impatient about it. When will you end the stream? Well, whenever I'm done with this pile of buttons. I'm not gonna continue on past that, but I don't know how long it'll be. Judging on how long it's been taking me so far, it's probably gonna take another hour. But I am kind of slowing down because I'm getting a little bored. Not of you guys, I'm getting bored of punching buttons. It takes so much effort. Ugh. I just want to eat froyo. Just want to be free. Do you guys got any more questions about writing and the likes? Because that helps me keep alive. You could ask me about my writing. I could tell you about my characters and my OCs. You could ask me my opinions on different breeds of dogs. Could rate them. Give me a dog, I'll rate it. I'll give it a 10 out of 10 every time. So maybe don't give me dogs to rate because they're all good dogs. I should bring my cats downstairs. Make them all jump all over my buttons. I like these. I didn't get to press these to see what they look like. Ah! Let's get the light on her. Get the light on your face. She's a grumpy finch. What are your favorite breeds of dogs? My absolute favorite dogs are, I'd have to go with Australian Shepherds. I really like mini Australian Shepherds, which is good because I have a mini Australian Shepherd. He is my favorite. I really like Merle, the Merle coloring. I like red Merles. I like blue Merles. But my dog is a red Tri. I like Dachshunds too. They're so cute. And Corgis. I like really short things. Which makes sense because my cat's a munchkin, so. So cute. No, that's my opinions on dogs. I love Boxers and Pomeranians. Oh, Pomeranians are so cute. 10 out of 10. That isn't my favorite dog, is one opinion. Pomeranians are just cute. They're fluffy and amazing. What do you think of online writing communities like SCP Foundation? If you've heard of it. I have never heard of SCP Foundation. Online communities are nice. I did an Inked Voices community, which I think fell apart because I didn't renew my subscription. I like in-person communities a lot better because I'm just really bad at like stoking the flames of friendship with online people, but like in person, I have made a lot of friends, and it's really good to have like in-person connections. But if you can't, I think online communities are like the next best thing. I am involved in all my local writing communities, even though they kind of suck. Why did you decide to write comics? What do you enjoy about them? Why did I write comics? So, I really wanted to write... I think I've always really wanted to write comics, because like, as a kid, I definitely made comics and picture books. And I think a large part of that has to do with the fact that my dad had a webcomic, and he worked on it all the time, so I saw him working on it all the time. And my mom is a children's book illustrator, so I would see her working on things all the time. So I really wanted to do comics, and so I drew a lot of comics. And then eventually, kind of in high school, I realized that I didn't really like drawing at all. Like it was terrible and horrible, and I didn't like doing it as much as I did before. I'm better with it now that it's just a hobby, but I just was like, I don't want to be an artist as a career. So I got really into writing, because I found that aspect really fun, and sort of put the comicking thing aside. And then I met Ursula, and I was like, hey, I write. Let's do a comic together. And that's kind of why I write comics, because I hate art. I don't really like doing art, and I have a passion for comics. That's basically it. What do you enjoy about comics? Sorry, I'm checking my phone. People be texting. What do I enjoy about comics? It's a big question. I like, it was really cathartic at first with me. Is like, it just was a great way to get my emotions out, and I've just become really good at it. I don't find it bad by any means anymore, but I think I like different aspects of it now. Sometimes I still can find an emotional release, but I'm kind of really... It's going to sound weird, but like... Like, I'm in too good of a place to really, like, get that from comics anymore. Now I just kind of write for fun. It's just enjoyable. I really like seeing the finished projects. I really like working with Ursula and having goals, because I'm a very goal-driven person. And I like talking to people. I like sharing with people. And I like being competitive and selling stuff. And I also like making people happy. So many reasons. Oh my goodness. You want to stay, but your cousins don't. Oof. Comics have always been hard for me to make. I prefer writing and drawing characters. I wanted to be a 2D animator before I realized it's kind of dying and takes so much drawing. Oh my god. Yes, that's true. Favorite character types? I have quite a few favorite character types. Like, my all-time favorite is sort of like this anti-hero, right? Like, I've written this character way too many times, where he's kind of like, it's basically me. He's like, he's bad with, like, emotions, so he, like, deals with everything through humor, but he's got, like, a tortured kind of past. But he's really fun to be around. Like, I've written that character a million times. I like, and I also like, sleazy, salesman type characters. Like, they're good. Like, the kind that would sell you a broken watch. And be like, no, it's real. Totally. And when those characters are combined, that's the best. Hello, Pigeon Boy. Haven't noticed you before. 2D animation will only die when people give up on it. Follow your dreams. I want to make my own video games, but coding is so frustrating and time-consuming. Yeah, it looks too hard for me. That's like me every time I try to build a website. I'm like, oh god, this is easy, but oh god. The expressive, chaotic, good trickster is fun. I have a guilty pleasure in soft spot for gruff badasses who got a soft spot later on. Sounds like Deadpool. I don't like Deadpool. I'll be honest. Don't really. Not quite. Not quite what I'm looking for. I don't like fourth Wall-E stuff. Wall-E. My favorite, personally, is Big Boy that acts scary, but it's just soft. Oh my god, that's a good one. Or is mistaken as scary. Oh my god, that's such a good one. I like tough, super masculine, like, masculine professions, like, I don't know, like it doesn't have to be a guy, but like a traditionally masculine professional. So like, let's say, like a big gruff football player, or like an army person, and then they do something like really traditionally feminine on the side, and they're like totally comfortable in the feminine side too. Like, that's the best. Where it's like, yeah, I'm like a super tough assassin guy, but I also do macrame on the side. Or, I'm a badass, what is it? Sorry, I got distracted. I'm a badass Marine, but I also babysit my my niece all the time, and we play princess dress up together, and I enjoy it and I'm perfectly comfortable in this, like, that's the best. Coding is fun. I love coding language, JavaScript. Oh my god. I need to make friends who can code. I need to stop making characters. Never stop. You can never have enough characters. Never. Oh, the big teddy bear who's super friendly, but will be intimidating. Yes. Mellow. Whenever I write anything, basically all the characters end up that, and I should stop. But I love them so much. Oh god, the Knight from Cucumber Quest. Oh my god, yes! Perfect. Oh yeah, confident femme man. Who isn't evil is wonderful. Bones, that's great. I'm weeping. Ursula's texting me. Let's see what she's saying. Ursula's watching the live stream right now, but she can't comment because she's at work. She also says, frick beans. Hi, Ursula. You're beautiful. You better be working on that display thingy. You better be getting it done. I don't want you bringing home work. So work hard. Hiru. Sorry, what are we saying? I'm learning different coding language, so I can't. So I can do white hat hacking. What is white hat hacking? Please explain this to me. I would be interested in knowing. I don't know much about coding at all. Some could say I don't know anything about coding. I know enough to make a blog post. I can do that. I looked into like coding school and stuff, but oh my god, it just, I don't know. You only have a certain amount of brain space, so you gotta fill it with like things you want. And the things you don't want, delegate. Like accounting. I wish I knew much about accounting, but oh my god. I'm not even someone who's like, numbers, I'm scared. But holy heck, sometimes numbers, I am scared. So many buttons. I used to watch live streams while I was at work too, because I would just keep my phone in my pocket, and I would just listen to them in the background as I did all my work stuff. You're gonna have a peanut butter sandwich after this, and it's gonna be amazing. I think I earned it. You get paid to hack big websites and... Oh, okay, yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. You could be like one of those people who hacks into big websites against their permission and then gets paid off. I guess it's not big websites, it's like little websites that get that. Gotta pay your dues. Either way, that sounds cool. Sounds very intense. Or not even intense. I don't know. One of those things. Probably isn't as intense when you actually look at it. So many angry bird moms. Sorry, not moms. Well, I guess she is a mom. But she's like my angry bird child. Speaking of coding, how did you guys make a website you use to host your comics? We just use WordPress. I don't really like it. Bye, Prisma. It's nice seeing you. Yeah, we just use WordPress. I don't really like our website at all, but we're looking into Grawlix for our next one, but sometimes it's just like, whew, too much work. We should probably just hire someone to do it. I think I made a wonderful and terrible decision. What is this wonderful and terrible decision? You can't leave us hanging like that. Okay, I got an opinion. What's a question, sorry, not an opinion. What's your opinion on ASMR? Makes me itchy. I'm okay if people like it, but some of it's good. Some of it's good. Some of it's pretty legit, but most of it just makes me itchy. Like, I just gotta smack them, make them stop. But I am, like, sensitive to noise. I get mad when people chew. I like certain noises. Like, I like the sound of, like, cans opening. It's good. But do you hate Firth Wally stuff because it breaks the immersion, or because it's often overused for cheap laughs and cheap drama? Okay, so I think when it's done badly, it's done badly. And that's its own thing, but I think just in general, it's not my personal taste in humor, so it just, like, even when it's done really well, I don't really like it. I don't think it's cheap. I think it has its place. But it's just not something I find that funny. I think the bad ones get really obnoxious really easily, and that might be what puts it off for me. And maybe I feel like it's a little overpraised, but I think those are all kind of like, I don't know, I haven't thought about it too hard. I love your ASMR. I like the creativity that can go into the videos. I love ASMR creativity. Yeah, I don't know much about it. I just know I don't like sound. I like listening to rain machines. They're good. Like the sounds of outdoors. I'm basically smashing together the very old magical girl story with my newest shoujo story. Shoujo-ai. I have to change many new things. That's a great way to, like, repurpose old stories, like smashing them together with new ones. That's the thing, when you make so many characters, you always have them on standby. It's like you're playing the baseball, and there's a team on the bench. Bench squad. I guess a lot of sports have bench squads. I never want to learn about sports. I feel like once I learn about sports, I can't be funny. I learned too much about sports working at a sportswear company. I had to know different names of sports teams. And I had to make shirts for sports players. And it just was like, oh, this is more than enough sports for my entire life. Surprised I haven't killed any buttons. I've killed 2 pieces of Mylar in the past 2 days, but I have not killed any buttons. Proud of me. What's your favorite Vine? Huh. I don't know. I watch Vine compilations, but I don't internalize them. I don't review my Vine lessons after watching them, so I don't really know. I don't even know what's a Vine and what's like just a short video. I was watching Vine compilations yesterday too. I am like drawing a blank. I don't like all the Vine dance crazes. Those were like me being like, what are the kids doing today? I don't know. I felt old. I know I'm not old, but I felt it. I felt closer to death. Not because the Vines are bad, just because I don't understand something. So I'm not young. I'm not as young as I used to be. Time only moves forward. It mutters to self. Whew. Okay. We're getting pretty close to the end here. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with all the people who stayed today. I didn't even expect. So many buttons. Who are your favorite YouTubers? Who are your favorite ArtTubers? I feel like I've asked this before. I just need to know. I need to know what you guys are watching. I need to do my market research. I want to be like, okay, people who watch me watch these people. Are they good? Are they strong? Do you guys watch vlogs? Like, a bunch of like ArtTubers have vlogs, and I am like addicted to watching their vlogs. I don't know, am I like alone? I'm probably not alone. I know a few people who watch the vlogs, but... Because, like, I don't know. And I rewatch them, too. Like, they're just such good background noise. It's just nice to know that someone out there has a life, and they're doing stuff. And I can also do stuff. It's just very satisfying. Sorry, you guys were talking, probably. What generation are you from? I'm just a millennial. I'm not even that old. You guys are my favorite ArtTubers. Aww. Stroking my egos. You did ask this before. You're not. I sometimes watch them. I need something to watch when I eat. Oh yeah, they're good when I eat. I'm semi-addicted to art tutorials. Even when I'm not in those phases where I just don't do anything for art. I rewatch your videos a lot. Aw, thanks. Thanks, Spam. Bailey J. I watch Bailey J's vlogs too. I don't know, there's just something so, like, mellow about vlogs. I don't like vlogs where tons of stuff happens. I just like watching people just going about their life. Just doing a bunch of nothing. Because when they're, like, going tons of places, I just feel out of the loop. Maybe it's really sad. Maybe I'm just like lonely and I just want to eat with someone. I'm just like, I'm so alone. I'll sit with Bailey J. I'll sit with Twisted Disaster and I'll eat my food. Or maybe I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm excited for NaNoWriMo because I get to leave the house tons. It's not like I'm forced to be here all the time, but like, NaNoWriMo gives me an excuse to leave the house and meet people who are into things that I'm into. Casey Golden is my favorite arts YouTuber. Oh yeah, I don't watch her much. I just need something to watch when I eat. Alright, I'm rereading things now. Good job. Good job, Bones. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm coming to the end here, aren't I? I should stop and eat some cherries. I like listening to you and Ursula when I draw. Not a lot of art YouTubers make me feel the same when I listen to them. Aww. Sad cry, I think the same sometimes. Oh no. I know, art YouTubers all have their own little unique flavors. Like, sometimes I'm like in the mood to watch someone, and sometimes I'm not. Hello. Good to see you back before I leave. I'm not leaving right now, so don't panic. Ah! I'm bleeding. I'm not. Oh my god, it exploded everywhere. Oh my god. That was juicier than heck. I need more adjectives. It was juicier than juice. Like a whole bottle of juice. It was juicier than that. Oh my god. It was juicier than all the hot gossip on the planet. I'm gonna be stained purple for months. I don't even know where my nail brush is. So I have like gross nails. Everyone's gonna judge me. Good thing I have a low res camera. No one will know. Hello, Sidora. Sidora. Welcome. You missed Pear Fleur. Okay, I'll check. When you stream, it feels as if we were hanging out. Aw. I know that feeling. I know that feeling so hard. I used to like watch streams all the time when I was in high school. And when I was at work. You just get lonely. Because all my coworkers sucked. Okay, my coworkers didn't suck. They were just, you know, like, it's weird when you're kind of like an artist and then you're hanging out with a rando. I guess it's weird when you're anyone and you're just like, coworkers are just so normal. Like, especially when you know nothing about them. When you know nothing about someone, they're ridiculously normal. You're just like, I'm a freak. They don't understand me. I don't know if that made sense. I can't wait for autumn. I don't know what to draw. Can you give me random noun, adjective, and verb? Okay. Let me think. I want a shy dancing pangolin. Make it happen. Pangolin. There you go. Werewolf, draw a monster with eyes, or a vampire who wants to be a doctor. An angry duck. I almost threw Finch into the cherry pits. Whoops. These guys are all stuck together. They're like a team. Oh my goodness, I am die. I am slept. I'm wearing my husband's shirt. Ursula and I got matching shirts. Probably not supposed to wear them until we're married. But I'm a maverick. But they say husband and wife. Hers came with a hole in it. I contacted the seller and they're sending a new one out. But yeah, I'm excited. They're cute. It was just such a light and airy shirt where I'm just like, oh, this will help during the stream. So I'll complain about the heat way less. It's not even that hot today, so I'm not even complaining at all. Less than not at all. I guess I am complaining about it now, so there you go. Joke's on me. How about a Shy Gay dancing with penguins? A confused cat caught in a crate. Magical boy crying. Pangolin. Pangolins, come on. They're the cutest little guys. They're little shy boys and girls. Pangolins are amazing. They're super cute. If you don't know what a pangolin is, you're missing out. My hand is so raw. It's like red. It's gotten red from pressing. It does not look red because it's in... I don't know. It's red from cherries and pressing buttons. Oh my god, I had to show my half-sister a picture I watercolored of Dave Strider. No, I was reassuring it wasn't a penguin. Okay, good. Slowly saying goodbye to all these cherries. One cherry at a time. Oh my god, my throat keeps cracking. Wait, is there something on here? I think there is. I think I stopped in the middle of it. Yes. I did. Okay. Bye, Frenchie. It was nice having you here. Hope to see you again sometime. Oh my goodness. Where is my towel? It is on the floor. I need my towel so I don't like... What writing resources would you in the chat suggest to learn from? My favorite writing resource is Writing Excuses. They're a podcast. You can find them at writingexcuses.com. They basically say everything that I say, but better. I'm just bringing the gospel here. I learned basically everything I know from them and a few other writing books. But they have so much information, it's wonderful. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. I can keep up talking. I can talk for days. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I thought I was squishing a bug. It was a piece of lint. That is such a mood right there. Everything's a mood these days. Why did I throw Finch in there? Why did I banish her to the button pile? I have to order little plastic bags. I have to get Ursula to order little plastic bags. I never order anything. I need like the little tiny bags, I think. Or maybe I should get the little velvety bags. I don't know. I'll have to check at the prices. I have to do a check. A little price check. Check. Testing. 1, 2. What are your favorite fandoms? Can you show us the Trash Friends you were working on? I haven't done any more Trash Friends. I stopped where I left off, basically. I came off the stream, and then I basically started cutting out these. That was what I did. Well, first me and Ursula gave each other big hugs. And then I started cutting out these things for the stream today. Well, once I have Trash Friends ready, I will show you Trash Friends. I finished doing the packaging for the buttons that I did yesterday. I need to get new staples because the staples I have are like way too long, so they curl over twice, so they leave kind of a rough edge. I don't really like that, so I have to buy some shorter staples. And I have some other short staples, but they're too flimsy, so my stapler frickin' rocks it like a hurricane and staples them out of existence. So, yeah, I need to find a happy medium here. Alright, what are my favorite fandoms? I'm not really a fandom person. Ursula's a fandom person. She reads fan fiction and stuff. I just kind of like different things, and I kind of avoid fandom. The only fandoms I am in, I am king. I am the king of my own fandoms. I like just having my own fans. That's it. Otherwise, it's too much for me. I don't like drama. I know there's more to fandom than just drama, but I get so scared that drama will happen that I avoid it. I used to be in the Homestuck fandom. Maybe that's why I'm not in fandoms anymore. When did the word mood become popular in that context anyway? I don't know. It probably became popular a while ago, but it's probably just making its rounds, you know? Everything slowly makes its rounds and becomes popular in different segments. One fandom at a time. Sorry, I got distracted again. I got too much on my brain. Oh, I was supposed to call my doctor today. Heck. Heck to the maximum. You gotta come up with your own memes. But if you're not a meme starter, you start the meme fire. Big mood, big questions. Big opportunities. So will you make a face reveal later, Bones? No, I'm not doing a face reveal. Book falls off shelf. Book falls of a self. Same. Same. That's me. cat jumps out of trash can. That's me. Oh, are you guys cuddling on the couch? Do you miss me? The dogs are on the couch cuddling. They're like, why aren't you over here? Why do you always just sit in the corner and talk to yourself? I feel like that's what live streams are. Live streams are like just an excuse for me to talk to myself. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna finish these cherries, and then I'm gonna finish these buttons, and then I'm gonna finish this stream, and then I'm gonna finish myself off in I don't know what sense. You can force a meme. Maybe. I don't know. You just gotta do it subtly, in a non-forced kind of way. Force a meme, but don't force it like your mom would force a meme. There's a video where you can see my face. Why do I need a face reveal anymore? If you guys keep bringing it up, I'm gonna private that video. No one will see my face again. Even though it's on my Goodreads, I have an author photo. Because you know I don't know. I don't think even you know. You just have a strong desire. I'll do a face reveal at 100,000 followers, subscribers. I'll do like that face reveal because then I'll make big bucks. There's no use doing a face reveal when the big bucks aren't on the line, guys. Wearing a paper bag on conventions, just so no one sees you. Ursula once wore a paper bag on her head at a convention. She wore a paper bag with a sad face on it. It was one of our OCs, Mr. Mortney. Poor Mr. Mortney. These cherries are not seedless. I have a pile of seeds right here. Can't you tell by the low-res quality? I'm just kidding. Mello's got this. Yum, 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 mush, mush, mush. There. I did it. I did it. Alright, buckaroonies. Are you guys ready to press the last freaking... Okay, let's make this epic. Let's make this an epic win. Let's make this hashtag relatable. Okay. So these are the last buttons we have to press. We have 10 buttons to go. So, once we're done these buttons, I'm leaving you. So that's your countdown. There's no actual time limit, it's just however long it takes me. You want a writing prompt? This is why I wear glasses. Oh... It's okay. Writing prompts. Oh my goodness. What prompt? I'm not giving you my writing prompts. Also, I'm not really good at prompts. I'm really good at high concept prompts for like big stories. Little stories are hard. Little stories are like hard. Trying to think of a prompt and still nothing is coming to me. Here's random words to write off of. You can finally be free. Trying to draw claws snap like fingers is weird. Oh, are you drawing a penguin? You better be. Sponge cookie pants. What kind of stories are you into writing? I'm assuming you're asking me. I guess that would make sense. I really like fantasy right now. Just in general. I also like cozy stories. So I like epic stories or cozy stories. Like I have Magpie, which is like not cozy and not epic. It's just horror. But I've gotten into like I like cozy little fantasies. They're like urban fantasies, but they're cozy and they're in a small town. I like small town stories. Sure, I'm drawing a shy dancing penguin. Heck yeah. I'm just drawing this out. I'm like, whew. I like that I've dug like a hole in it. Yeah, I guess you can't really see the depth, but like there's like a little cavern I've dug out of the button carts. I have like 1,000 of them, so that's good. I almost pressed an empty button. What a waste. Maybe try the warm glow of the fireplace, lighting the room. 2 kids, because the human embodiment. I'm kind of asking Elmrose, but I guess it's for anyone. Fine, don't ask me questions. It's fine. Ask each other questions. I'm always very happy when people talk to each other in the chat. Like whenever I come back to a YouTube video and I see that other people have been talking to each other, that's amazing. I like the whole... I love the discussion on the furry video. There's just like a big fight that happened over the course of a year. That was funny. Like everyone defending my honor. About something that happened in the past. Oh, Elmrose is doing the countdown. Elmrose. Almazar. I don't know why I'm saying Almarose. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm sorry. Almas. When I was a kid, I would do that same thing with Pokemon names. Like Kangaskhan, I kept calling Kangradash for no reason. Favorite thing about Ursula, her cute little nose. She's got an adorable little uppity nose, very cute. She's also a great artist. which is awesome to have at my disposal. She's very sweet. She's very sweaty. Give her a towel. She's not sweaty, I just, word association happened. Dark urban fantasy-ish. Dark urbanish fantasy. Ooh. Oh my god, I'm getting like a callus from pressing the buttons. Okay, there's 4 more, guys. Get ready to say goodbye. I am out of cherries, I am out of peas, I'm almost out of finches. And this is going to be my last stream this week. Well, not this week. The last of just me. On Saturday, I'm still doing the live stream thing. But the last weekday stream. So. Unless my books appear out of nowhere. Maybe then I'll do another live stream. But probably not. Probably not. Ooh, yeah, take a break. Ooh. Probably won't be taking a break. I'll probably be walking across town tomorrow. Hopefully. If I can bring myself to do it. What do I have to do tomorrow? Tomorrow I have to get a paper signed in front of a notary. Gotta get it very officialized. So I gotta get my official paperwork done. And then there's something else. Oh, I should return my library books. Library books, notary, and then I have to print packing slips and go to the post office. So there's 4 things I have to do tomorrow. And 1 Finch button left. Oh no, guys. The countdown's real. I'm gonna miss you when this is all over. Will you stream next week? Probably. I probably will get stuff in next week. So I'll probably have stuff to do because I have a lot of stuff to pack. And at the very least, I'll have more button designs to press. So I'll probably come back. When are you printing? Status is still fulfilling. Heck. I want it shipped. Thanks for giving me a way not to notice 3 hours passing on a Gran Turismo endurance race. Awesome. Okay, let's make this happen. Let's press the final button. Let's do it all slow and okay, here she goes. Get her in there. And put the thing down. A press. Okay. Here we go. We did it. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for coming by and keeping me company while I pressed all. Oh, it's 4 o'clock. Thank you, Robot Voice. Thanks for coming by. I enjoy talking to you all. I'll see you guys on Saturday for another live stream. If you haven't already, I gotta do my spiel here. If you haven't already, you can check out like Ursula's latest video. You probably have, because you're all addicted to watching her videos and stuff. But she did a thing on like comic mistakes. I better go work on my video now, so that one shows up tomorrow. Probably gonna do it on scenes. Anyways, thank you all so much for coming by. See you guys next time. I'm gonna actually do it. I'm gonna lift my finger up to the camera. Gonna press goodbye.